Here's another one of these ridiculous cases. Uh, the DA is probably doing a horrible job here. Elderly Asian man who was kicked while in his walker at the beginning of COVID faces attacker in court. Look at this here. This man is 84 years old, sitting in his walker, right? Could be anybody's great grandfather at that age. And this young guy just comes up to him and kicks him. And luckily, the cameras all over the place. Yeah? Man is laid out. Nearly 2 years after an attack that required multiple stitches to his head, an 84-year-old Asian man reportedly met his alleged attacker for the first time in court on Thursday. Ran Xin Liao was waiting for a bus near Eddy and Ravenswood Streets in Tenderloin, San Francisco on February 2020 when a man darted out and kicked him on his seated walker. A surveillance video shows the moment of the attack and the suspect immediately taken off after. What a coward. Liao, who blacked out and fell to the ground head first, sustained serious injuries and required multiple stitches. He reportedly spent 4 nights at the hospital. Eric Ramos Hernandez, 24, was eventually arrested and charged in connection with the incident. He reportedly spent 7 months in custody before being released on mental health diversion at the request of his attorney. Following his release, Hernandez was arrested and convicted of another trespassing misdemeanor in Santa Clara County. Because of this, the San Francisco District Attorney's Office is requesting the court to have his diversion terminated. At the hearing on Thursday, Judge Charles Compton pointed out that Hernandez was only charged with elder abuse, not a hate crime. Really now? Come on, come on. Only charged with elder abuse? That should put him in jail for a long time. And obviously, any reasonable person can reason that he attacked that man because he was Asian, especially with what's going on and with Trump in office at the time, talking about the Chinese virus and so forth. Yeah, that's what it amounts to. And that his trespassing misdemeanor was not violent. These factors, and this is the judge now talking, these factors will be taken into account as he requests a mental health review. Judge Charles Compton. Massive support. Liao was backed by a rally of supporters from various advocacy groups when he testified on Thursday at the Hall of Justice. Participants criticized the district attorney's office for failing to sufficiently punish Hernandez, per Liao's wishes due in part to a language barrier. Liao, who only speaks Cantonese, has always wanted a strict punishment for his attacker. However, a victims' services advocate for the district attorney's office pushed for Hernandez to be put on mental health diversion. Well, here in New York, we got a guy who was out on bail, okay, and he just killed a student at Columbia University, a graduate student. Stabbed him to death. Guy was from Italy, and stabbed another person who's from Italy, I believe a tourist, in a matter of like 15 minutes time. So this is what this mental health is about. People with mental health belong in a psychiatric ward. Where they get medication. But of course, the government doesn't want to deal with that. The district attorney's office told ABC 7, that's like in New York here, ABC 7, that they were not aware of the misunderstanding until months later. Leal and his family have expressed their frustration and called for justice. Meanwhile, Leal's supporters have expressed concern that Leal was victimized twice, not only in the case of the actual attack, but also following, claiming he was bullied by the district attorney's office. Keep in mind, this man is 84 years old and being bullied by the DA's office, according to NBC Bay Area. Advocates are claiming he was misrepresented and not given adequate resources. Yeah. On the other side of the courtroom, Hernandez's public defender, Sylvia CDL, stressed that the case was not a matter of racism, but of untreated mental health issues. Oh, yeah? In admitting Mr. Ramos Hernandez to mental health diversion, the court recognized his serious mental health issues and his need for treatment. She said to KPIX, "Jail is not a treatment center. It does not help people with mental health issues. It often well, I used to work in at Rikers in the clinics over there and giving out like medication, and there were a lot of people on psychotropic drugs, people who were locked up. So the truth is, I don't know about the other stuff, but if you're out in the street, the way this country is, or some of the states are, you're not gonna get help. However, once you locked up, they're gonna give you medication. And I'm speaking from a personal point of view because I used to work in there, in the clinic, and there were people with schizophrenia, all kinds of different things, mental issues, and we had different types of drugs that we would give to them. Yeah. So that's one place you're gonna get drugs. If you're out in the street like this guy who kicked the old man, obviously he's not getting any help. You see? So it depends on the state, and I think California is kind of like New York in a way, a progressive state. So I would believe that they do have people, in the clinic, like nurses and so forth, doctors, who would administer psychotropic drugs. So yeah, if you doing something like that, you belong behind bars, and you get treatment there. I don't give a damn. You belong behind bars and you get treated. That's all. It's not a matter of like, locking somebody up. That's not gonna help them. That's not really true. Because you could be locked up and you get treatment, but if you're out in the street, you're not gonna get treatment unless you got some kind of an insurance. And the way the system operates here, we don't live in a country whereby you have like nationalized healthcare, like how it is in Europe and other industrialized countries, where sure, he doesn't have to be locked up, but if we have something like national healthcare, sure, he can get psychotropic medication. But if you're 24 years old and you don't have a job with health insurance, you're not going to get anything. You're just going to go out there and be on the street and doing what he's doing. Okay, so I can't blame these people to be really angry at what's happening, because that's really a shame.